but inclusion is often missing. So today we are looking at diversity, equity and inclusion in Nigerian workplaces. How can HR bridge that gap? We welcome you to HIP part where we share practical insight to help HR leaders and professionals succeed. So today we will explore how HR can champion diversity, equity and inclusion to unlock innovation and build a stronger workforce. So why do diversity matter? Diversity isn't just a buzzword, it is a business advantage. Diverse teams, for example, bring fresh perspective, drive creativity, improve decision making. But without inclusion, diversity becomes conflict instead of collaboration. Equity ensures that opportunities are fair, regardless of gender, background, or identity. Nigerian companies that embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion are better positioned to compete globally with a strong competitive advantage. Let's look at key challenges in Nigerian workplace. Gender equity. Women remain underrepresented in leadership roles, for example. So despite women excelling in education and entry-level role in Nigeria, a glass ceiling persists. Cultural norms often cast leadership as masculine. An assumption about marriage, childbearing, or family responsibility can derail women's career progression. So most organizations lack flexibility, company policy that have to support working mothers, and unconscious bias during promotion favors men more. Additionally, sectors like banking, oil and gas, and tech often have executive teams that are overwhelmingly men. Cultural bias, for example, Nigeria's richest ethnic diversity cannot sometimes lead to workplace misunderstanding. Nigeria has over 250 ethnic groups, with Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba being the largest. In many organizations, for example, especially those in headquarters in Lagos or Abuja, informal network, humor and commission style can reflect a dominant ethnic culture. Employees from minority ethnic groups like the Chief, Ibibio, Efi, for example, may feel excluded or even stereotyped. Bias can also affect hiring with some managers, for example. So, unconsciously, favoring candidates with the same ethnic background, language, accent, and even greeting sometimes can become unintentionally a barrier. So again, it is generational gap. Younger employees expect inclusivity, while older ones structures may resist change. Nigeria has a young population, over 70% under 30 years, yet many workplaces still operate with hierarchical top-down structure shaped by baby boomers. Leaders and millennial employees expect psychological safety, open feedback, mental health support, and inclusive language. For example, respecting pronouns, avoiding ages and sexist remarks. Older managers may see this demand as soft or entitled. Conflict often arises around dress code, work hours, communication style, and even attitude towards authority. Another is limited policy provision. Many organizations lack formal diversity, equity, and inclusion framework, or even an operational one. Unlike multinational corporations with global diversity, equity, and inclusion mandate, many Nigerian companies, including small and medium-scale enterprise, family-owned business, even some large corporations, have no written diversity and equity inclusion policy. Why? There is no clear reporting mechanism for discrimination, no diversity hiring target, no inclusion training, and even no accountability. Women's Day with no structural change. Without formal framework, incidents of bias are handled inconsistently or even ignored. So then, what then becomes the HR role in all of these that concern diversity, equity, and inclusion? First, the HR should design policy that promote fairness and equal opportunity. Train managers to recognize unconscious bias that is often the issue. Also create platform for employee voice to be heard. Town hall meeting and open forum. Ensure recruitment processes are inclusive and also transparent. Practical steps that company can take. Launch a mentorship program for women and underrepresented groups. Celebrate cultural diversity through workplace events and awareness. Use data to track diversity metrics and also hold leadership accountable. Encourage open dialogue about inclusion and equity in team building. With these, we are saying diversity, equity, and inclusion are not just HR initiative, they are business imperative. So Nigerian companies that embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion will do what? We see stronger collaboration and innovation, and also better employee engagement. If you have found this video helpful, subscribe to Impact HR, where we share HR strategies that will enable us thrive in the HR. Thank you.